Hello everyone, we are a marketing firm called PureCreate. Our group members are myself, Caroline Fernandez, Hannah Morrison, Melanie Portillo, Renato Padilla, and Robbie Patrick. Our tagline is the powerhouse of marketing solutions. We will be representing our client, the U.S. men's national soccer team, in order to get them a better establishment by the time of the FIFA World Cup in 2022. And we will be creating a 6-month-long marketing plan to help increase the American soccer fan base.
Hi, I'm Hannah Morrison, and my self-reflection for the FIFA World Cup 2022 marketing plan is that from start to finish, truly a lot of work goes into developing a marketing plan. As a marketing major, I'm aware of all the requirements, but I'm still in shallow waters when it comes to applying all these concepts. My main takeaway from this project, though, is my deeper understanding of how Salesforce functions and the tools and services Salesforce provides to the promotional aspect of the marketing plan. The services that Salesforce provides can be done in-house, but the employees begin to battle time restraints and pressures, allowing room for mistakes to occur. Learning to collaborate and pull information or sources for other people or locations is sometimes difficult, but better in the long run outcome-wise.
Hello everyone, my name is Caroline Fernandez. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, how I was feeling with the project. To be honest, I really didn't know a lot about soccer before I started this project. So it's definitely safe to say that I had to do a lot of research. I definitely had to put my creativity to the test since I, didn't know much about it. But overall, some of the takeaways that I attained is how to market in a way that is efficient both in the long term and short term. And I found this especially important when it comes to a team's social media presence. For example, like if there's a post hyping up the competition of two teams online, it may excite a lot of attention of a large audience within a short amount of time, but in turn, it won't really extend the brand long term. So the major goal of social media activity of a team should represent building the online personality of the brand as well as its relationships with its consumers. So typically the easy way out is not going to last long term. But yeah, there's a lot I learned overall. But in conclusion, I was just really grateful for all the things that I learned, especially with the new sport. And I really enjoyed this project overall.
Hello, my name is Melanie Portillo, and while creating the marketing plan for the U.S. men's national soccer team in the 2022 FIFA World Cup, there was a lot that I learned. Not only did I learn an abundant amount of information about the ins and outs of the sport, but also a wide variety of ways that marketers influence sales and promotions. The biggest takeaway from this project was the importance of brand awareness. I learned that brand awareness plays a key part in the strength of social media engagement, fan base, and overall revenue. As a marketing major, this project was a great way to apply key concepts for future use.
Hi, my name is Renato Padilla. I think I'm the only one that really knew a lot about soccer going into this, so I may have dragged my team into this project. But although I did know a lot about soccer as a sport, I didn't really know a lot of the business side of it. So some things I learned was just how many people go into the experiential marketing side of it and how many moving parts and people it takes to make sure fans and customers get a good experience at all the games and events. And another thing that had never even crossed my mind was how sports teams have to act kind of as products in some sense and market themselves to specific target markets, just like any other company. That had really never crossed my mind. So those were two really interesting things to learn about.
My name is Robbie Patrick, and I learned quite a bit during this project. I enjoyed learning about marketing in a sporting perspective. I am an avid sports fan, and throughout the year, I closely monitor my favorite sports team's social media accounts to get up-to-date information and news breaks. Soccer is one sport I really have never gotten into, so I had to really brush up on soccer throughout this project so that I could have an understanding of what I was writing about. I actually learned through this project that the World Cup was this year, if that gives you any idea of how much I pay attention to soccer. My favorite part of this project was designing the individual creative deliverables, because I was able to put myself in the shoes of successful sports social media accounts. All in all, I really enjoyed this project and feel that I was really able to understand marketing a lot better when I can apply it to something I am passionate about.
And
So
just one more
PureCreate, our
point I wanted
client
to
is the
add
U.S.
here.
men's
Our
national
research
soccer
will be
team.
done
And we have a few objectives here
client,
that we just try to make sure they are
and
specific,
based on
measurable,
previous
achievable,
years'
relevant,
financial
as well
statements,
as
which
time.
are located on
Our first objective
their
is
website.
to gain
Their
500,000
marketing budget
followers on the
was
U.S. men's
about
national team
$3.3
Instagram
million.
by the time the FIFA
that is
World
likely
Cup
going
kicks
to be
off, which
our
is in
starting
November
point,
on the
and that may be
21st.
adjusted
Additionally,
as the
we want
contract
to
continues.
increase their jersey sales by 10% before the World Cup
For our
begins.
target market, we chose
And
to
lastly,
target
we want to
Hispanics
increase the
around the
Latino fan
preteen to
base
early
by
teenage
20%
years
by the
because
end of the
they're
World Cup.
just around the right age where they're starting
And
to
in
get
addition
introduced to
to
social
these
media,
objectives,
which helps
we
our
just want to
first
make sure that we
smart
are
objective of
also,
growing the Instagram following.
raising awareness
Uh,
as well as drawing in
and they're
a
on the
larger
age where
fan
they're
base
starting to
on
make their own
social media,
decisions,
and
not
additionally
based on
gaining
what their
3
parents
more
tell them, like
sponsors
choosing
that we'll talk about
their own
later.
soccer team to support,
And since this
which
is a
helps our other
6-month-long
smart
marketing
objective
plan,
of increasing the amount
there's
of
definitely going to be
Hispanic
a lot of research
fans
involved.
for the United States men's soccer team.
We're going to start with secondary
This target market is
research
very
just to get,
promising because
a good
in
gist of
2017,
what we're dealing with and what
Hispanics
we
were
want
responsible
to
for
learn more about so
68%
we
of
can
all
better,
U.S. soccer viewership,
reach our target market.
and
So some of
in the years of
qualitative
2010
data
to
points that we
2020,
would like to research
Hispanic population grew
include
23%. So this
aspects
means
such
that
as satisfaction
the
rates,
Hispanic
purchase
population,
habits,
which is the
consumer
population that watches the
perceptions,
most soccer in
and
the United States,
additionally, for
is only
quantitative
growing.
data, we want to know
So these
revenue, number of followers
are
on
very
social media,
good
number of viewers, and
points.
different aspects like that.
It points to it being a very good target market
So at
for
PureCreate,
our
client
marketing
is the
plan
US
to
men's national soccer
increase the
team.
fans of
And
United
we
States
have a
men's
few
soccer team.
objectives here that we just tried to make sure
We at
they are
PureCreate
specific,
want our target
measurable,
market to feel a
achievable,
sense of
relevant, as well
belongingness
as
and
time.
connection to the
Our
US
first
MNT
objective
and the
is
rest
to
of the
gain
fan base.
500,000 followers
And
on
this
the US
idea
men's national team
influenced
Instagram
our entire
by the time
marketing
the
plan,
FIFA World Cup kicks off,
including
which
the
is
branding,
in
theme,
November on the
positioning, and appeal.
21st.
So we
Additionally,
related
we
our
want
smart
to
objectives to this
increase
idea
their
by
jersey
applying
sales by
personal
10%
and
before
social
the World
appeals
Cup
to our
begins.
creative deliverables
And
in order
lastly,
to
we
create
want to
that sense
increase
of
the Latino
belongingness and
fan base
connection.
by 20%
So for
by the end of the
branding,
World Cup.
we want
And in
the
addition
target
to
market
these
to think of the
objectives, we
United
just
States
want
men's
to make
national
sure that
team
we are
as the most
also
well-known U.S. sports
raising
team in
awareness
the
as well as
worldwide,
drawing in a
that
larger fan
and
base
that
on
we
social
ensure a sense of
media, and
inclusivity
additionally
to
gaining
American fans of
3
any
more
background.
sponsors that we'll talk about
As for the
later.
themes, we want them to
And
think
since
of
this is a
inclusivity,
6-month-long
community,
marketing
and
plan,
belongingness when they see our
there's definitely
ads.
going to be a
So
lot of
we
research
made
involved.
those the main themes of
So
our creative
we're going to
deliverables.
start with
For
secondary
positioning, we
research
want the
just to
target
get
market to
a good
think
gist
of us as
what
an
we're
inclusive
dealing with
team
and
and
what we
community
want
that
to
encourages
learn more
Americans from
about so
any
we can
background to
better
become fans and get more involved.
reach our
So we
target
don't want them
market.
to think that
So some of the
the
qualitative
United States men's
data
national
points that we
team
would
is
like to
just
research include
for Americans with
aspects
American
such as
backgrounds. It
satisfaction
can be for
rates,
anybody.
purchase habits, consumer
And
perceptions.
like I said
And
earlier, the
additionally,
appeals,
for the
we want them
quantitative
to feel
data, we want to
personal and
know
social
revenue,
appeal,
number of followers on
which
social
helps
media, number of
build that
viewers,
connection and sense of
and
belongingness
different
and helps them
aspects
build
like
a
that.
better relationship with the team.
So at PureCreate, our
For the
client is the
advertising
U.S.
segment,
men's
I will
national
be
soccer
discussing
team.
how we want to
And we have a
represent
few
the
objectives
brand
here
online
that we just try
through
to
social
make sure they
media.
are specific,
The
measurable,
social media
achievable,
platforms that the
relevant,
team
as well as
currently
time.
uses include
Our
Instagram,
first
YouTube,
objective
Twitter,
is to gain
Facebook,
500,000 followers on the U.S. men's national team Instagram.
Throughout the
By the
6-month
time the FIFA
plan,
World
we
Cup
want
kicks
to
off,
post
which
according
is
to
in
the
November
editorial
on the
calendar,
21st.
which will just
Additionally,
tell us
we want
when
to
to post,
increase
what
their
we're
jersey
posting,
sales by
and
10%
which
before the
platform.
World Cup begins.
Specific
And
information
lastly,
we
we
need
want to increase
include.
the Latino fan base by
Since those
20%
templates
by the end of the
tend to
World
change
Cup.
depending on that platform.
And in addition to these objectives,
overall,
we just want to make sure that we are
represent
also
the branding, theme,
positioning,
raising
and
awareness,
overall
as
appeal
well
of the
as
men's national
drawing
team
in
as
a
well
larger
as the
fan
World
base on
Cup.
social media.
And additionally,
some of the
gaining
additional
3
goals
more
we have
sponsors
are
that we'll
continue
talk
to
about
post
later.
on all platforms.
And since this is a 6-month-long marketing plan,
on Instagram,
there's definitely going to be a lot of
as
research
expanding
involved.
to Snapchat based
So
on the activity.
we're going to start
target
with
market,
secondary
the young
research
Hispanic
just to get
population.
a good gist of
And
what we're
based on
dealing with and
our
what we want to learn
objectives
more
and
about so
target
we can
market,
better. We want to reach our target market.
add our presence
So some
to
of the
Snapchat based on
data
the online
points that
presence
we would like to
on
research
Snapchat
include,
within the Hispanic community.
aspects such as
Just
satisfaction
actually a little
rates,
bit about
purchase
their
habits,
online
consumer
presence on applications and other social media such as Snapchat, revenue, number of followers, their online presence, number of viewers, to our resources, and different aspects increased to 72%, So at PureCreate, our client is the U.S. men's national soccer team. So there's only and we have a few objectives here, which is a much narrower difference than previously before. So we really want to capitalize on our first objective is to gain 500,000 followers on the U.S. men's national team Instagram by the time the FIFA World Cup kicks off, which is in November on the 21st. And additionally, we want to increase their jersey sales by 10% before the World Cup begins. And lastly, we want to increase the Latino fan base by 20% by the end of the World Cup.
And this is important
And in addition to these objectives, we just want to make sure that we are also
community online is
raising awareness as well as drawing
which was
in
founded
a larger fan base on social media.
So since there's only an 8%
difference based on the sponsors that we'll talk about later,
we knew that we had to take a deeper look into the amount of people
there's definitely going to be a lot of research
and
involved.
Numbers are from the National
We're going to start with secondary research,
which
to
is
get
a
good gist
of the United States
what we're
Department
dealing
of
with and what we
Commerce,
want
so
to
we know
learn
that
more
this
about,
is
so we can
a
better
reliable source.
reach our target
And again,
market.
once we saw these numbers,
some
we
of
knew
the
we had to take a deeper look, especially into Snapchat, based on its popularity.
Aspects
And
such
just
as
another fact
satisfaction
from
rates, purchase
Statista,
habits,
which is a
consumer
statistics
perceptions,
website online,
and additionally
we
for
found that
quantitative
in the
data,
US
we want to
alone,
know revenue, number of
the
followers
number
on
of
social media,
Snapchat
number of
users in the
viewers,
United States
and
is
different
projected
aspects
to
like that.
increase to 88.5%.
So at PureCreate, our client is the U.S.
users
men's
by the end
national
of
soccer team,
2022.
and we have
So
a few
since this is
objectives
such a
here
large
that we
market,
just tried to
and
make
as
sure
they
the
are
Hispanic
specific,
community
measurable,
continues to
achievable,
rise.
relevant,
We
as
think
well
that
as
adding
time.
Snapchat
Our
to
first
the U.S. men's
objective
national
is to
team's
gain
social
500,000
presence would really
followers
help
on the
them
U.S. men's
long
national
term.
team
Instagram by the time the
The
FIFA World
U.S.
Cup
men's
kicks off,
national
which is
team is a
in
part of the
November on the
United States Soccer
21st.
Federation
Additionally,
and
we
shares a
want
budget
to
with the
increase
women's
their
national
jersey
team.
sales by 10%
At the end of the
before the World
2020
Cup
calendar
begins.
year, which
And
ended
lastly,
in March
we want to
31st,
increase the Latino
2021,
fan base
the
by
U.S. Soccer
20% by
Federation
the end of the
reported
World
over
Cup.
$182
And in
million
addition to
in net
these
assets.
objectives, we
These
just
funds
want to
are
make
split
sure that
between
we
the
are
two teams,
also
but the amount available to
raising
both
awareness
teams is
as
still
well
a
as
strength.
drawing
The
in
U.S.
a
Soccer
larger fan base on
Federation
social
also has a
media,
soccer coaching
and
education
additionally
program
gaining
that
3
offers
more
both
sponsors that
in-person
we'll
and
talk
online
about later.
courses for aspiring coaches
And
to
since
become
this is a
licensed.
6-month-long
The
marketing
U.S. men's
plan,
national team is
there's
also a
definitely
big
going to be a lot of
advocate for supporting
research
gender equality
involved.
pay,
So
especially for the
we're
women's
going to
national
start
team.
with secondary
Where there are
research
strengths,
just to
sadly
get
there are also
a good
weaknesses.
gist of
The
what
U.S.
we're
men's
dealing with
national
and what we
team has a
want
lack
to
of viewers
learn more
because
about so
soccer
we
is
can
not a
better
widely consumed sport in American
reach our
culture.
target market.
Soccer viewership
So
is
some of the
responsible for
qualitative
8.2%
data
of
points
the
that we would like
population.
to research
In turn,
include
there's also a lack of social media
aspects such
coverage
as satisfaction
due to low
rates,
consumption
purchase
levels
habits,
from
consumer
American viewers.
perceptions, and additionally for the quantitative data,
Opportunities
we
are
want to know
conditions in
revenue,
the
number of
external
followers on
environment
social
that
media,
favor
number
a
of
company's
viewers,
strengths.
and different
Increased
aspects
social
like that.
media outreach and targeting youth soccer
So at
players
PureCreate,
are
our
two
client is the
opportunities
U.S.
which
men's national
PureCreate
soccer
intends to
team.
take advantage of.
And we have a
With
few
the
objectives
emergence of
here
social
that
media
we just tried
platforms,
to make
sports
sure
marketing
that are
has reached new
specific,
levels.
measurable, achievable,
Fans have access
as
to
well as
highlights,
time-bound.
bloopers, and
Our
immediate
first
updates from the
objective is
team's
to
social
gain
media department
500,000
in the
followers
palm of
on
their
the
hands.
U.S. men's national team
PureCreate
Instagram
aims to
by the
increase
time the
social
FIFA
media
World
presence
Cup
for
kicks
the
off,
U.S.
which is
men's
in
national
November
soccer
on the
team
21st.
for the upcoming World Cup
Additionally,
by
we
posting
want to
highlights and
increase their
interviews
jersey
from
sales
various
by
members of the
10%
team.
before the World Cup begins.
Threats are
And
conditions in
lastly,
the
we
external
want to increase
environment
the
that
Latino
expose
fan
a
base
company's
by
weaknesses.
20% by the
The
end of the
NBA
World
regular
Cup.
season, NFL regular
And in
season,
addition
and
to
MLB
these
playoffs are a
objectives,
few
we
threads
just
to
want
our
to make
mission.
sure that we are also
The following
raising
brands are a
awareness
part of
as
the
well as
team's partner and
drawing in a
sponsorships,
larger
all
fan
of which
base
are
on social
responsible for
media,
increasing
and
engagement,
additionally gaining
brand
3
awareness,
more
and overall
sponsors
exposure.
that we'll talk
In
about later.
2019, Volkswagen was named
And since
presenting
this is
partner
a
of the team,
6-month-long
marking a
marketing
big
plan,
step towards ensuring
there's
soccer
definitely going to
reaches
be
a
a lot of
dominant position in the
research
market.
involved.
Nike is the team's
So
official
we're going to
apparel
start
brand,
with
leveraging their
secondary
partnership
research
to
just to
increase
get
sales in
a
clothing
good
and shoes
gist
for
of
both
what we're
themselves
dealing
as
with
well
and
as
what
the
we
league.
want to learn more
Allstate
about
is
so
the
we can
official
better
insurance partner of the league, who are
reach our
responsible
target
for a wide
market.
variety of events in
So
the
some of
community
the
as a part of the
qualitative
social
data
responsibility
points
for
that we
soccer
would
to
like
have
to
an
research
impact on inclusion
include
and belonging.
aspects
Finally,
such as
Visa is the
satisfaction
official
rates,
payment
purchase
services,
habits,
and
consumer
AT&T is the
perceptions,
official communication
and
service
additionally
partner.
for the
Both of these
quantitative data, we
sponsorships aim
want
to
to know
increase
revenue,
participation
number of
within the
followers
fan
on
base
social media,
and
number
create
of
long-standing
viewers,
relationships.
and different aspects like that. So at PureCreate, our client is the U.S. men's national soccer team.